Hi there, in this video we'll be learning how to do the exam questions on trigonometry. So we use the trigonometry to find out the unknown length or the unknown angle in the right angle triangle. So remember that we can only apply the trigonometry if it's a right angle triangle. So here we have got the first example now. This is that the diagram shows the two right angle triangles ABD and BCD. We can see that here the two triangles and the common length that they both are sharing is the length BD. The other measurements given to us is the length AD is 10 centimeter, BC is 12 centimeter, and the angle DBC is 60 degree. Now, because what we are finding out is the length of AB, I'm going to highlight this is the length which we are finding out. We see that this is making a right angle triangle over here. I'm going to draw this right angle triangle over here, which is having this one is the right angle triangle. So this is A, this is B, and this is D. This is making a 90 degree over here. This is 10 centimeter. Now we cannot find out the length of AB. The problem is because we don't know the length of any other side. We're going to use now the other right angle triangle, which is B, C, and D. So here we have got another right angle triangle, which is B, C, and D's here. It's making 90 degree. This is 12 centimeter the length here, and this angle is 60 degree. So 90 and 60, and then after the remaining is going to be the 30 degree, because we know that the angle in a triangle add up to 180 degree. What do we see that this is the common length? So here we can see that the common length in both the triangle is BD and BD over here. So using the this triangle, what we're going to do is using this triangle, we're going to find out the length of BD. How do we get the length of the BD? First, according to the angle what's given to us, which is 60 degree, I'm going to label opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Remember that if I'm taking this angle, the opposite angle is going to be opposite to the angle, the length is going to be the opposite. The longest side is the hypotenuse, and that's opposite to the 90 degrees. So that's the hypotenuse. The other length is a adjacent. Now I'm going to see that which triangle from the top I'll be using. So what I'll be having is I'm finding out the adjacent, and I'm going to highlight here. So this is what I'm finding out, which is adjacent, and we have been given is the length of the hypotenuse side. So we see that which one has got A and H in there. So A is there, H is there. So it means what we'll be using is the cos function. So here we'll be using a cos function here. Okay, now we're going to write it down. We're going to see that what we are finding out is the adjacent. This is what we are finding out is. So this line means is a multiply. So you're going to do simply is now to find out adjacent, which is the length of BD. We say cos 60 times the hypotenuse, which is 12. So when you do cos 60 times by 12, you get the length, which is BD equals to 6 centimeter. So we know that now this length is a 6 centimeter. Now I'll be taking the left hand side triangle, which I'm going to highlight now here. So now we are taking this triangle and we are finding out the length of AB. So this is the same triangle what we have drawn over here. But now we know that what is the length of BD, which is 6 centimeter. I'm going to write down 6 centimeter here, and we are finding out AB. Now we see that it's about having the three lengths, and it's a right angle triangle. So remember that to find out the third length, when the two lengths are given already, we use the Pythagoras Theorem. So if you remember that was the Pythagoras Theorem is that c square equals to a square plus b square. And I'm going to draw this right angle triangle over here. This is a 90 degree. This is 10 centimeter. This is 6 centimeter. And we are finding out the length of A to B, which is this. Now remember that the longest side is the hypotenuse. So this is the hypotenuse, and the hypotenuse is always represents with the letter C. Where the other two sides of a right angle triangle, anything can be A, anything can be B. Here we see that what we are finding out A. So I'm going to sub the values in here, which is 10 square equals A, what we are looking for. The length of B is 6, and we do the 6 square. So here 10 square is 100. We have got 100 equals. Then A square plus 6 square is the 36. Because we are finding out the value of A, we do minus 36 to both the sides. So 100 take away 36 would be 64. So we write down 64 equals to A square. Now because we are finding out the value of A, and here we have got the A square. So to get rid of the square from A, you do the square root. So you get A equals to 8 centimeter. And here we get the length of AB, which is going to be then 8 centimeter. Here we have got the next question now. So again, this is a trigonometry. We see that the two triangles we see is the right angle triangles. What else do they say? That A, B, C and D is a trapezium. So overall the shape is a trapezium. The length of AE is 37.5. These two lengths are the same. So you see that the length of ED and the length of CF is the same. Find out the value of x. This time we are finding out the value of the angle, which is x. Now we see that to apply the SOHCAHTOA, we have got only one length. If I just take this right angle triangle, then we know what the length of C to B is, but we don't know any other length. But think about it. If I would know how much is the length of DE, it would be the same as the length of CF. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm finding DE. So to find out the length of DE, what do we draw first of all is the right angle triangle. This is 62.5 centimeter. This is 37.5 centimeter, and we are finding out this length. Now remember that because we have got two lengths of the right angle triangle given and we are finding out the third one, so we use the Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem is C square equals to A square plus B square. And what C is the hypotenuse. So this is C, where A and B are the two sides of the right angle triangle. You can take any A or any B. So we'll be having now 62.5 square equals to A is 37.5 square and B we are looking for. So you take away them together. So you do 62.5 square minus 37.5 square. That would be equals to B square. So we get the value of the B square over here would be, I'm going to write it down over here, that the B square would be 2500, and doing the square root to find out the length of B only, it would be 50 centimeter. We got the length of D to E, which is 50 centimeter, and because we know that D to E is the same as C to F, so this is 50 centimeter as well. Now, because we are finding out the angle, now I'm going to draw my right angle triangle on here. So this I'm drawing the right angle triangle over here. And this is C, this is F, and this is the angle we are looking for, and this is B. Now, this length we know is now 50 centimeter. This is 80 centimeter. We're going to see that what triangle we can use from the top. So first of all, we're going to label it. This is now, according to the angle X, this is opposite. Opposite to the 90 degrees, the hypotenuse. In my triangle, I see that where is the opposite and the hypotenuse. So opposite and the hypotenuse is here. This is opposite, this is hypotenuse. So we'll be using the sine function. And what I'm going to see that what I'm finding out is the angle X. So we're going to write down now is sine X equals to opposite over hypotenuse. And from here, we know that the opposite is 50. So we write down 50 and hypotenuse is 80. Remember that because we are finding out the angle X, we do X equals to sine inverse. How do we get this? We do the shift and the sine function in the calculator and you get the sine inverse of 50 over 80. So you get the angle X value that would be equals to 38.7 degree. So we get the final answer over here that X equals to 38.7 degree. Here we have got the two right angle triangles and we know that we can apply the trigonometry if it's the right angle triangle to find out the missing length of the angle. So here this is that work out the size of the angle KLM. Remember that if this is that to find out the size of the angle KLM, you always look towards the letters in the middle. So here we see that in the triangle we are finding out the angle L and in the triangle KLM. So KLM is the bottom triangle and we are finding out the angle L. So this is the angle what we are looking for is. So what do we see that to find out the angle L, at least we know two of the sides, but because we are having just one of the side, it means that this is the common length which is sharing between the two triangles. I'm going to start with another triangle. So I'm going to draw out the triangle over here. This is another triangle. This is making a 90 degree. This is J, K and M is here. And this is 4.5 centimeter, which is given to us. And this is 7 centimeter. To find out the third length, if the two lengths of a right angle triangle are given already, we use the Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem says that C square equals to A square plus B square, and hypotenuse is always C, where the other two of them could be A and B here. I'm going to find out the C square, which is A square is 7 now. So 7 square plus the other length is 4.5 square. So So we get the length of c squared, that would be 69.25. Because we are finding out the value of c and there's a c square here, so we're going to do the square root of 69.25, and doing the square root of 69.25 would give us the answer, which would be 8.32. So I'm going to write down 8.32 here. And the unit would be a centimeter. So it means that length from, I'm going to write it down, the length from K to M would be 8.32. Once you would know what's the length of K to M, you're going to draw another triangle now. So I'm drawing this triangle, which would be here, and this is making a 90 degree here. This is M, this is K, and this is L. So K to M we already find out, which is 8.32. This is the angle we are finding out is the angle X, and M to L length is given, which is 15 centimeter. We're going to use now trigonometry. So we say that opposite to the angle is the opposite. The other side of the right angle triangle is the adjacent. And opposite to the 90 degree is hypotenuse. Now we're going to see that what's given to us and what we are finding out. So we are finding out the angle, and the two lengths which is given to us is the opposite and hypotenuse. So opposite and hypotenuse is going to be in the sine function now. So we are using the sine function now. So I'll be writing down now is sine x equals to, this line means it's a divide, so we write down opposite over hypotenuse. Sine x equals to, so we have got opposite, which is 8.32, and hypotenuse is 15. Because we are finding out the angle x, so we do the inverse of the sine function. So we do the inverse of this sine here. When we take the sine to the other side, we will get x equals to sine inverse of 8.32 over 15. And when you type this whole thing in the calculator, you'll come out with the answer, which is 33.7. So you get the angle which is 33.7 degree. Because this is that correct to the three significant figure, that's why I've got my final answer to be written in the three significant figures. Remember that we can only apply the trigonometry if it's a right angle triangle. So it only works if it's a right angle triangle. Otherwise, we cannot use even the Pythagoras Theorem or the SOHCAHTOA on any of the triangle. It only works with the right angle triangle. Thanks for watching my video.